Hi everybody and welcome back to the Nexus Collegiate. My name is Sleeper. I'm here together with Pide and it's time for Playoff Season 2. And we have 4 amazing teams here today. We'll take on each other in 2 semifinals and then a final.
We do, and first off we have predicted to you INT against NTNU and a Y.
Yeah,
see, we got it. And then in the second game, we're going to have KTH-FF against Paragon, where we have the reigning champions, KTH-FF.
Yeah, Sweden reigning champions at the moment, also having 2 seeds here in the tournament playoffs. As you can see here, they will take on, it's a Swedish-Norwegian game first, and in the second one, it will be Sweden against Great Britain. And Paragon is actually one team that I've seen a lot of lately, also just moved up in NLC Division 2, and they did that by beating another Swedish team, also reigning champions, Bloodline, so they already know how to slay the Swedish champions.
Swedish teams are everywhere nowadays, but we don't seem to win anything.
I mean, we have reigning champions.
We have reigning champions,
yeah,
true.
Fitfall is going strong. But let's take a look at the lineups here for the first game. Starting with Uppsala University, we have in top lane, of course, Guves playing in Swedish Online League Division 1 for Lundqvist Darkside. In jungle, we have Nord playing for INT Esports, Swedish Online League Division 1. Forslund also playing in INT Esports. Static right now in Bardicted 2U. And Dinova coach for Bardicted 2U Division 2 just advanced to Division 1.
And coach for this team, we have Stroppe.
Of course, yeah, Mr. Suit.
And for their opponents,
yeah, we have NTNUY, and in the top lane we have Leader, and we have Makalsen jungle, Kadewadewa in mid lane, Go Sim, ADC, and Tohoku support. And these players I do not know that much about. They're very new to me.
yeah, we just talked a little quick with them how to pronounce their in-game names, because as Swedes we have a little bit of trouble with some of these names, but they're ready for this game and I think they're going to put up a good fight, as predicted.
Yeah, and also the coach, of course, Angreppskongen. Yeah. Let's shout out the coaches. They do as much as the players. Like we said before, like a lot of these games, because they are on the same level, they get to determine in picks and bans, and the coach is doing everything to get the team ahead. I also spot now, B2INT you are wearing sunglasses, all of them.
Yeah.
Is it because we are Sol? And they need solglasögon?
Might be.
Is it? Yeah, okay.
I remember when they were playing in the esports,
yeah,
in the playoffs in Sweden,
yeah,
they all had a clown nose.
Oh, it's like a...
It's a trend of something.
Oh, and now they're merging B2U with in esports. I guess they have a new little thing going. But I like the sunglasses. I don't know if they're going to wear them in-game as well, but I wouldn't recommend it.
I mean, we've seen Stranger Things. You know, some players have their own preference how to play the game.
Yeah.
Some play in windowed mode.
Yeah.
And, you know, to us, it's kind of crazy. But then when you talk with the players, they're like, yeah, but I played like this for 10 years. I can't change it now.
Yeah, I mean, if Faker can tab between 6 games at the same time, I guess sunglasses wouldn't be that much of a problem for these guys. A lot of good players here from Sweden, also known before for winning the Swedish League as well. But let's take a look at the prize pool. Moving over to first place for the Nordic Collegiate Champions is 10,000 crowns. Second place, 7,000 crowns. And for the ones going on third and fourth, it's 4,000 crowns.
Yeah, it must feel good to come here and know, even though you maybe won't perform so well, you lose the first one, you will still get some money from it.
Yeah, and also sponsors, of course, Science Park, Svenska Onlineligan, NYSA, Jönköping kommun, JKPG, Fast, Destination Jönköping, and PXB.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah. I didn't even stutter once.
Not even once.
Not even once.
But it feels like we're going to move into the pick and ban here any moment. Do you have any expectation, like some champions that we're looking for?
My expectations right now, I think NTNUY will have a very serious picks and bans. I think they have determined exactly what they got to do. They have a plan. If you look at B2INT, I think they will. They're kind of impulsive. Okay, they don't have a plan. They don't really care. They want to create as much content as possible. They just want to be fun. These guys are so fun in real life as well. Just putting on a show for the viewers. I just love it. I just love it.
For sure is. I've been thinking mostly about junglers because both of these teams, the most played champions right now are Taliyah and Lilia, both of them. And there you go. Even the mid laners have some Taliyah, and Taliyah right now is really strong. So it's a flex pick who's S tier in jungle, S tier in mid lane, and now when you see that your opponent's gonna want to play, you're gonna get the ban out of it. Otherwise, if we look down to the AD carry, we're gonna have Aphelios, Ezreal, and Tristana as well, who should be a picker ban for them. At least both teams are still fighting for it.
Yeah, Tristana is one of those picks that I've been loving to see because it's such an aggressive mid laner. As soon as you hit level 2, you go rocket jump in and hope for the best, potentially get an early kill. So I will be excited to see that. So far, Tristana's still going through picks and bans. So let's see what they're cooking here.
Yeah, but Jay's going to get the second ban here, and from B2INT, the Ivern is not going to be played. And Ivern is one of these champions who's we haven't seen him in a very long time. And all of a sudden, it's 2-3 patches this season, and everyone's like, we need to play Ivern right now. He's really strong. And talking about strong champions, maybe even broken, Sconner. Just get that champion out of here.
Yeah, walls will not be an issue. Last champion ban for NTNU will be Twisted Fate, as we're getting punched in the face, everyone. Simply harassed.
And that Twisted Face is from Forsland. We've seen him play it a lot, and just the potential, the roaming, the ultimate using of just helping your team, getting these kills, getting the pressure moving over to the objectives. We've seen them do it so many times before, so I think they've done a really good research banning him.
And last ban for B2INT UU, as some laughter is going through the crowd. We see Sigs getting banned out.
It's been a while.
Yeah, I don't.
It's one of those AP carries that you can have on the bot lane that you don't really think about him because you see him maybe once or twice in 100 games.
Yeah.
And then it's a 50-50. Either he's going to destroy your whole team, or he's just going to be more of a support damage coming into the game.
Well, I did not expect the Sigs, but like you said, good champion, has the flex potential as well, just going, I think you could go on mid, ADC and support, if you want to go for that poke support thing, almost like Sereth. And jumping into it really fast now, we see Maokai being first picked, and then also on B2INT UU side, we see a Lilia and a Tristana. And we talked about both those champions.
And Maokai, you're talking about Maokai, and Maokai is maybe not the highest damage dealer, but he's tanky, got all the CC, he can defend all of the team. And then the Lilia has, we've seen lately that for junglers, the AP champions have been really strong lately. So it's a nice pick up there. And then Tristana, just as you said as well, because most mid laners are AP carries. And then just having a Tristana, it doesn't really fit into mid lane, but it still works so well.
Well, Orianna's gonna be the champion going against this Tristana. They at least got the decision to try to counter, or at least hold on in the lane, as Forslund will do his best to shut down Kadewa Dewa in the mid lane.
Yeah, we'll see what picks we're gonna get here. Misfortune coming out here for NTNU. The damage, she has a lot of damage, but a little bit how the meta is, right? It's a lot of movement, it stashes everywhere. You prefer to see an AD carry more like this, that you have high speed DPS, but then as well MF in the team fight that they're already building. We have a Maokai ultimate as well with Orianna. Misfortune fits perfectly.
Yeah, and Jinx getting picked up here, one of those really big hyper carries at the moment. But what I like from the Norwegians, though, that wombo combo is pretty spicy. It's very easy for them to put the ball onto Maokai, get that twisted in deep, and just try to get this explosion going off.
And if we look over to the support in their team, his most played support is Amumu.
Oh. It's going to be a fight for that champion.
And if they pick Amumu, they have so many entries. Maokai can start from far away. Yeah. We have Orianna. Orianna can use her ultimate on an Amumu, Amumu's ulti. It's just, they have so many opportunities. Even if they miss one ultimate, they can still get that wombo combo in. But if they miss two of their ultimates, it's going to be rough for them.
I mean, for you guys who don't know, Svenska Onlineligan, also Denova's biggest play in Swedish Online League history is playing Denova into a wombo combo comp. So all those champions picked right now by NTNU was played by BTU that game. And I think they actually executed that perfectly. So if they go for Amumu here, we will get a replay of potentially what happened to the enemy team last time.
But Amumu is going to get banned there with Cassandra as well. NTNU is going to ban out Nautilus. The last ban, what champion do you want to see there?
I think they're going to ban out...
We need a support or top?
Oof.
Gwen Renekton.
Yeah, Renekton possibly. I think Guvis is really good on that champion.
All top laners that deal a lot of damage should be banned right now.
Yeah. It's gonna be Leona actually. Respect to Denova. 2 champions banned out for this man. Like I said earlier, this guy, yeah, and then they're gonna pick Renekton. But this...
yeah, no. It's not gonna be barred, everyone.
Come on,
They're just messing around.
Why are you doing this, guys? I know why, but stop.
But Renekton is going to get the pick here, and for sure, it's one of the strongest top laners right now, as well as in the meta. The games aren't as long as they used to be, so Renekton doesn't really scale off into the late game, because you never get to the late game.
Yeah, and to counter the Crocodile right now, hovered Ornn for the Norwegians.
Even more to the wombo combo.
Yeah, even more with the wombo combo, but also a really good pick to just try to play a little bit weak side and just hold on in the top lane. You can neglect the stun, being unstoppable for a couple of seconds. You can use your ultimate defensively. You have a dash. You will probably be able to hold out and not give too much to the Renekton in top lane.
Yeah, it should be a fair matchup.
Oh,
support's getting the last pick in both teams. It's not something we see too often.
Definitely not.
From the Norwegian team, we know.
That's a wombo combo
that's
team.
That's a really good wombo
combo
team.
If I ever saw one, that's a wombo combo team. That will be so fun to cast.
The only problem I see from their picks so far is like they have 3 really tanky champions. They have Orianna, but then Misfortune might be left behind in the backline. And if they don't have Misfortune in the team fight, I don't know if they have enough damage for it.
Yeah, and now last pick coming out for B2INT UU, of course, a Braum being hovered. So easy to proc that passive with Jinx and will be locked in. And so all 10 champions for Game 1 will be revealed. Right now, NTNU looking really spicy with that wombo combo.
It for sure does, and I really like this Braum because we have the ultimate. You can interrupt the Misfortune ulti. You can use your shield if you use it. So the counter pick here with the Braum, I think it's going to change the lane.
Also, if we look at the Swedish side, of course, we have a lot of comfort picks. And also we have late game combined with early game. Tristana in that early game will try to get in, make it so difficult for Orianna to play the laning phase. But going into late game, we have a Lilia, we have a Jinx. They will be so powerful. It will be so easy to bring down these tanks. Just buy a Lord Dominic's, put yourself in a position where you can do that extra damage and everybody will protect you.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see a lot of roaming coming out here from both of these teams. We know B2INT, they roam a lot, especially when they have a Lilia in the jungle on Nord, Tristana in the mid lane, Renekton on the top side. These are usually the champions we see them pick when they're going to roam a lot. So we have to wait and see how NTNU is going to play this out. Are they also going to roam, or are they just going to keep on farming on the side lanes until we get this wombo combo?
Yeah, right now, it just feels like they need to play the side lanes correctly because their goal is to push up side lanes so they can group as 5. They want this 5 versus 5 big team fights where they can proc their amazing wombo combo. If they cannot get that, I don't see exactly how this comp is going to come together and how they will have the opportunity to win this Game 1, because then B2U will just mangle them down. They will just be in a position where they have a lot of leverage. But right now, if NTNU can get those side lanes pushed up and get those team fights, I'm going to enjoy that a lot.
Yeah, because that's how they picked up together with their team. Don't lose your lane. Don't get too far behind. And as soon as we see the platings are gone, we're going to see the rotation coming into the map, and that's where we're going to look for the big team fights where they are the strongest. But as you said, B2INT, they have this early game, they have the late game, so for them, they could gamble strong side on early game, then on the late game, well, then someone else is going to carry them.
With that said, everyone, let's move into Game 1, Season 2 Nexus Collegiate playoffs. It's Sweden versus Norway, NTNU versus B2INT UU. And I'm betting it's going to be a banger, this first one.
For sure, his first game might have these nerves, you know, as you cast the playoffs. Nobody want to die first, but as soon as someone dies, the fight is going to pop up.
Bolström actually going in quite deep here, just trying to chunk down Kadawadwa as good as possible. Gets him down to about 50% HP, but just setting the tempo for the first game here.
It sure is, and you can see after that Stray there as well, gonna go for a little invade here on the red buff, which means that we can see the jungler Macalas and needs to go for the invade himself, but it takes so long time. It's almost time consuming for him to do it, but he's forced to. He doesn't really have any choice.
Yeah, looking at both junglers now, starting top side for BUU. Well, starting bot side for NTNU. I feel like both these junglers want to play around their bot side. That's where you have the damage. That's where you have the opportunity to really win this game. So a little bit of extra resources would not hurt their bot lanes.
No, for sure. If we look at the top lane, it's a Renekton against Orange. Should be a fine matchup for Orange. Still a little bit of advantage for Guves. Renekton, early game champion, but they should do fine by themselves on the top side. Mid lane having a bit of trouble, as well as the junglers themselves, and I think we might have the first blood coming up here.
Yeah, we see Mikkelsen gone in a little bit too deep as he's trying to invade, but Guves together with Forslund picking up first blood. And really, really good rotations here from the Swedes. They know something is fishy, moves up into topside jungle. Of course, Maokai will get the red buff, but at what cost?
Yeah, Mikkelsen here got invaded himself on the red buff, needs to do invade to get something back, but they know in particular B2INT, they have some information that, alright, Mikkelsen is in our jungler, let's move 2 players there, get that first blood, and now Mikkelsen used all of his time to get a red buff, dies, so he loses it, and now he's left with nothing.
Yeah, and also, to put this in perspective, Forslund right now has a red buff in mid lane. A Tristana versus Orianna with a red buff, that's not something you want in the early stage of the game.
No, mid lane is going to be rough from on here. So now we need to see Forslund really use this red buff. He's going to do a reset, get that advantage in items, teleport as well. So I think the next 2-3 minutes is just going to be completely Forslund in the mid lane. And that's what you talked about before, that we really need to focus on the bot side, because that's the late game.
Now he's going in for it. He bought a recurve bow to get that extra attack speed. Will not give up his flash for that kill. I guess he's expecting that they will flash as well. Null now moving into bot lane looking for Go Sim. One proc away as Tohoku wants to save his AD carry. Will try to do so as Null goes in under turret. That's an ignite procced by Denova and will be enough to pick up the second kill for the Swedes.
I respect that. As a support, you need to save your AD carry, but once again, it's a Braum. It's just one basic attack or one Q from him coming out, and CC's gonna be there. Then we have Lilia passive, it's gonna burn you down together with Ignite. It's not gonna be enough to use that flash to get behind your turret.
Also, so Forslund actually has Demolish on his Tristana, getting that extra damage on turrets. So I'm guessing they're gonna go for grubs in the early stages of the game to get that extra push. So Forslund will be that toxic side laner all the time, bringing down turrets, being a hazard constantly on the map.
What I want to see here from NTNU is, if we look at the minimap, we can see the wards on the bot side is in their jungle, on the top side it's in the river. I want them to move these wards up more up to the river, because right now they're getting invaded all the time. There's so many spaces where Nordics could get in without them even noticing.
Yeah, and Joe listening to you, showing us exactly what you're talking about with the wards. Shout out to Joe Magic, giving us all the right perspectives on the map.
Alright, so the dragon is spawned. Right now we're struggling on almost every lane from NTNU, but we talked about it. It's the champions they picked. They're gonna need to struggle a bit on the lanes, as long as they don't let it just fall apart right now. Just keep in, sure, you die once, maybe twice, it's fine, but anything else after that, well, it's gonna be even rougher for you.
Yeah. Looking at the neutral objectives that are spawning on the map, some pings coming out from BUU on Dragon. Potentially wants to get that prio and move down Nord so they can pick that up.
But a gank, they're gonna look for the gank on top side. I'm not sure if this is the right decision. Literally needs to be at least level 6 for this.
Oh, he has level 6 now.
Oh, no, that damage.
And a tower shot coming out. Guves wants to close out the kill quickly. We'll do that as well. He's level 6 versus level 4 Maokai. Can he do this? That's the question. Cooldowns right now for Mikkelsen. Trying to look for Guves. He's stacked up. Can heal a lot. Will do a lot of damage and secures a second kill in top lane.
Top lane is not gonna say it's over yet, but that's what we talked about. It's early game, get these ganks, but then you really need to get the kills. Not like now giving away 2 kills instead. Guves is gonna be a mean machine on the top side.
Yeah, once again, looking at this replay, I mean, this is crazy, right?
Yeah, but Guves knows, like as soon as the ultimate comes out here from Ornn, he's just gonna go in, get that stun, get a kill. And here he's just waiting for his CDs to come back. That heal is barely enough for him.
I mean, I think he has Triumph as a rune, otherwise he would not survive that, getting that extra heal as he picks up the kill. But it just feels like right now Guves could do anything, he could touch anything and it would turn into gold.
Yeah, and if you look at the gold difference here between lane and lane, on top side it's 1200 gold lead to Guves, and mid lane Forslund as well at 1100. That's where the biggest gold lead is, but the most important lane for both of these teams, if you're going to move past at least 30 minutes, is going to be the AD carries, and right now 200 gold lead, it ain't that bad to Static.
Oh, he's feeling good in bot lane, trying to scale in that Jinx, of course, being as strong as possible. We see a lot of members of B2U actually moving into the jungle, looking for Macalson. They knew he was level 4 in top lane. He's behind. He's died twice already. And he's going to spot them here. Will not be able to go into his own jungle. This is called starvation, everyone. He's not getting anything right now.
No, and that's as we talked about before. It's the wards. They have one ward at the Raptors. Everything else on the bot side is just completely dark for them.
Well played to B2U to use their advantage to get themselves in a comfortable position with that deep vision. They starve out the enemy jungler. Macalson will be one of the main tanks together with Letter, and right now they will not have that in the front line. So Allure Dominix will not even be that important as like when we talked in Pizza and Mans.
Yeah, Macalson here is going to start these grubs, and right now he's just looking for anything he can get in jungle because they're working so hard to starve him.
They know he just has grubs up on the map. He needs to go for that, and then it's so easy for them to get this. Nord maybe getting a second kill as well. Going in under the turret. That after damage plus red buff. A little shield but flash coming in from Forslund, picking up that kill.
Yeah, so 6-0 right now. Kills favored for B2INT. And once again, the lanes are supposed to be easy for them here, but I think the biggest problem for NTNU is that they worked so hard to just starve their jungler. The jungler got nothing. He can't gank. The rest of the lanes need to help him in the jungle, and then they lose gold in their own lane, and all of a sudden, instead of losing 100 gold in jungle, lose 300-400 gold across the map.
Yeah, right now everything is going the way of Sweden, as Letter is looking for top lane, doesn't have that much mana, as Guvis looks way more comfortable picking up another kill in top lane.
Yeah, right now, Leader just need to stay under tower, wait for his jungler. Once again, the jungler needs to do his part as well. He doesn't have anything in his jungle. And if we look at the minions, 39 against 78, I think that speaks for itself just how much time B2INT have spent in the jungle of NTNU.
Right now, like I said, everything is going the way of Sweden. 7-0 in kills, every single neutral. Macalson actually picked up one grub, but otherwise, a 6k gold lead in 9 minutes, almost 10 minutes. I mean, they are showing up. They're here to win.
Yeah, and I think their game plan was just from Norway's side here that they want to take an easy start. They want to farm, nothing too drastic for them. But then you see level 1 invade coming in for B2INT, invading the other jungler as well. And from that, it's just really hard to do a comeback.
Yeah, right now we'll be a little more silent on the map as neutrals have been picked out. Grubs will be spawning, of course, in a little while. 1 minute until Dragon, as Nord is clearing his bot side. Will probably take his top side as well, reset, and then go bot lane.
Sure it does. The question is now, like, how do we play this from B2INT inside to, like, really finish this game quickly? Because even if they have a big lead right now, I don't think they want to gamble going into the late.
Wait, he can actually get this kill! As he goes for another solo bolo in mid lane. Forslund and Guvis right now doing work for Sweden. We have a 2-0 mid laner and a 4-0 top laner.
Yeah, Forslund getting that kill early in the game, picking up even more kills after that and just dominating. As mentioned, Orianna is really scaling champion, doesn't have too much damage in the early game. Hard for her to really clear the wave. It's possible, but you still need to use your spells, wait for the CD, and on the second charge, you're gonna kill the minions. Tristan, on the other hand, is just minions to him. It's just one big minion. They all just explode. So the pushing power is just all the time going in favor for him.
And now I'm gonna mention, never mind, as Nord uses his ultimate to pick up another easy kill here for the Swedes. And that means Forslund can keep pushing. And now Dragon spawning, and there's no jungler for NTNU.
Now the question here, we're going to see Nord is going to go start the Dragon, could go for the gank on the bot side after that. As well as we see Forslund, he isn't really slowing down just because he got the first tower. He wants that second tower as well. Guvis is going to push up the top tower. So if we can see T1 tower go down on top, mid and bot side here now in the next 2 minutes, I think Predicted 2 is B2INT is just going to take over the map completely.
Okay, they're trying something spicy as Letter is teleporting for bot lane. They need a shutdown here. Go Sim will not be there in time, but the tank will pick up a kill as Nova and Nord. A little bit too slippery, but this is the first time they're showing up. They're going out, they're trying new stuff, and this time it works out.
And this is how they should play it, because they have so much CC on their team. Especially if we look at the jungler moving down, ganking on bot side, which we talked should be the lane in the spotlight. And that gank, perfect. It wasn't really too hard for them to execute that. They hit one CC, the second comes in, and the kill is secured for them. The problem is that their jungler is so behind right now that he can't really spend too much time on the ganking. He just needs to take all the resources he can get right now.
Yeah. On the downside, though, if we look top lane and mid lane, during that fight in bot lane, as they invested a lot of resources, we saw them taking down additional towers. And Nord against McAllister, I think he could go like 1 versus 2 against these guys right now. He's so strong. He's almost level 11.
Well, he could, but then again, they're gonna take the gamble of maybe giving away 2 kills on the bot side. Of course, is it enough?
Once again, he doesn't even care about turrets anymore.
But he's so strong now. Like 1.5 complete item. The second one should be completed now on the next reset. Plating still up. Should be able to get 2, almost 3 on the bot side. And already taken 4 platings in mid lane. 6 now in total with bot side. It's so much gold just getting funneled into him. And we see that 4.6 thousand gold ahead right now.
I mean, I could tell BUU, they really cooked for this game. And Nord, once again, if that slow hits, respect from McAllister using his flash early, but CC coming out from Goofus anyway, and ulti also from Nord once again. Will probably be procced, never mind. Doesn't want to initiate too much. They know McAllister is not the most important player, cannot put enough resources on him, maybe potentially lose a big fight. A lot of bounties going around right now. Do not want to give that away.
No, for sure not. And this is what I talked about before. They're already ahead. We're early into the game. The platings are down now. T1 towers are gone for the blue side. And right now, they could just go 1-3-1.
I mean, I'm going to say it this time. You're always the one who says it. Like, at 10,000 gold, we usually say it's over. We're 14 minutes into the game, and we're up at 12,000 gold lead. This is insane.
Yeah, they should not get back from this game since it's so early and the gold lead is so big. But once again, on bot side, they've been doing fine. Jungle just got a rough time from that invade level 1, and since Jungle had a rough time, top and mid had to go help in, and they also lost time on it. So if it wasn't because of that invade level 1, I think it would be a completely different game.
Yeah, also to mention, everyone, the players in BUU, we have Swedish champions in this team. These are some of, if not the best Swedish players, like playing in the National League. I mean, these guys are really, really good. So what you're seeing right now is just peak Swedish performance. They're going in 100%. They're not leaving anything to chance. But that also scares me, because that means that in next picks and bans, potentially, we could see a lot of troll picks coming out from BUU.
It happened before.
Yeah.
But as mentioned, this game was just, from the start, been in their favor. They played really well around it. Feels like it's been their game plan. Level 1, go in, destroy it for the enemy jungler, from that play around, because 63 minions after 16 minutes.
Actually, Kadewadwa missing his shockwave on Goofus, trying to pull him into that turret. And it's not even a highlighted thing because...
I don't know about this one, leader.
Yeah.
I don't know about this one.
Volstone is doing a lot of damage.
Jump.
He doesn't care about the turret once again! Picking up that kill. And now Goofus in top lane looking for Kadewadwa. 3 members will be there as Mega Death Rocket hits on Kadewadwa, but Goofus getting out of tower range will not be knocked back in again. But now every single member coming into this fight, get excited, is activated as Tuhuku is the only one standing. Dinova flashing out, doesn't want the aggro from the tower, and the tower will fall, and so will Tuhuku, and everything is just crumbling for Norwegian.
Yeah, but they're so far behind right now. They did the right move. They're trying to fight beneath their turret instead of just taking a random fight. Unfortunately, it's just not enough.
Oh my god. Nord coming in with ultimate.
Good cleanse though.
Yeah, doing their best to hold against. But they have a Herald as well, guys. They have a Herald as well. Teleport coming in now. Another pick coming up on Letter. Static the one picking up that one. They're doing everything they can to hold against Sweden. Many low members now. But they're trading off so good. Tower aggro is just being switched in between the members. And now rotating for that mid lane turret as they're trying to back off for another siege later.
Yeah, and with this push, they'll have the super minions on the top side. Mid inhibitor is exposed as well. And now we can see that the dragon is up. They don't need a dragon to finish the game, but just to be secure, they could go for dragon, go down on the bot side, maybe even just put one player in mid lane. Guves strong enough, they need to send at least 3 players to fight him. He could get that in the mid lane, as well as the rest of their team goes down for the bot side, and with that the game should be over.
I don't even think they want to contest this dragon right now. Just try to get some super minions top lane, potentially, if you can. And, I mean, go for that wombo combo. This will be the first time they can actually execute a 5 versus 5. Of course, they don't have the resources, but let's say they actually get a twisted advance from Macalson into Foslund, and they instantly execute him. Anything can happen.
For sure it can, but it's also, do B2INT want to group up that much? Because I feel like Guves is so far ahead that he could just be on top side, the rest of the team on the bot side.
Oh really no, Macalson, that's a bit deep. Go Sim will not even be there to follow up. A bit of miscommunication. Now there is only 4 members standing, and Static and Nova is already in the base. Guves joining now from top lane. Foslund right now on bot side together with Null. They're shoving from every single angle. And now we get a triple sleep as they're trying to commit for this big team fight. Instead, going hard, looking for ladder. Guves will tank out, will not fall. Not a single member will go down, and Sweden will find game 1.
And you could just see Nova on Braum here. We can see that they play this comp themselves because they know how to counter it with the shields and everything else. But yeah, this first game going over here to B2INT from level 1. You had that invade who just put everything in a tough spot.
Well played to the Swedes showing up here, game 1. I mean, what can we say here? I mean, impressive performance.
It for sure is, and both teams, if we look at the player camps, all sitting with a smile, and that's more important, right?
Yeah, and also only one still wearing sunglasses, so they actually had to take them off during the game.
Yeah.
Like, Foslund is the only one still bothered by the sun, so yeah.
He always wears them.
Yeah. You don't want to get an accidental like headache or something like.
But this is the best of 3, so we're going to see game 2 in a little while. B2INT, if they win it, they're going to go over to the grand final at NTNU. They really need to make something now in the break.
I mean, there's a lot of things to work on when it comes to NTNU, but I think like mostly it's just they need to be more comfortable. They need to protect their jungler. It's a lot about vision. You talked about it in the early stages of the game. You were like, oh, look at how the Swedes are placing the vision, how they're working the map. They moved up vision so early. That made it easy for them to punish. Macalson took a bold decision as well, going into enemy jungle, trying to steal that red buff, sacrificing himself to the first blood, and that just started a snowball that they could not slow down.
Yeah, and we talked about it so many times, but that level 1 invade, we could see Macalson needed to go over, do an invade by himself.
Yeah.
B2INT knew that, sent 2 players to kill him. He lost his red buff, he lost time, he lost half his own jungle, trying to come back level 1 to clear out the rest. From there, it just started to fall off, because then we could see top laner and mid laner needed to go help their jungler, otherwise he wouldn't make it. But when they went to help, well, B2INT also sent their player, and all of a sudden they were in a 3v3 situation where B2INT were a little bit stronger, and from there the snowball just started.
With that said, we're going to take a short break, let the coaches do some new planning, new cooking in the background. We're going to take a break as well, go to the bathroom, get something to drink. When we're back, it's time for game 2, Sweden versus Norway. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to the Nexus Collegiate, where we're right now in semifinals. Number 1, B2INT UU versus NTNU, where I would say Sweden had a pretty good game 1.
Yeah. So now we're moving into game 2. But it for sure was, and if for you who are new here, we can tell it again. If you have been here through the first game, you just have to listen once more. But that level 1 invade coming in from B2INT, just putting the jungler in a really bad spot.
Yeah.
Needed to do an invade by himself, then from NTNU, of course. All of that resulted in, you got the red buff invade, the top and mid got in, got that kill. You need to do a reset, just having 1 camp kill, getting back to your own jungle where half of it is taken already. That put it in bad position. Then top and mid needed to help the jungler, but once they helped the jungler, they're starting to lose gold on top and mid as well. So 1 lane, 2 lanes, 3 lane, and all of a sudden it was 3,000 gold lead.
I mean, they took a gamble. They wanted to do something creative. Didn't work this time. They're facing off against some of the best players in Sweden. I mean, you give them a finger, they're going to take an arm. That's how it works. If you want to do this, if you want to really win this, you need to play safe, go pro. I mean, just follow your plan. Don't take any big risks, because they will punish it. They're really good.
They didn't take any big risks, though.
Invading was a big risk.
But they didn't invade. Well, they invaded after a while because they needed to counter something, because they were losing. But they picked a really comfortable team. Yeah. They played for the late game, got that wombo combo. The problem was they couldn't survive the laning phase for so long, because you could see once it was 15,000 gold lead, they still got the wombo combo, took them down to half HP. Didn't get the kills, but the damage is there, the CC is there, and they can communicate and use them all at the same time. It's just they need to focus a bit more on the laning phase.
Yeah, and if we take a look at picks and bans as we're almost moving into it, we will probably see a ban on Tristana. Forslund going really crazy on that champion. Of course, he got first blood, got that red buff, he reset it, got a recurve bow, went back into mid lane and just started raining havoc. And it was almost impossible for Kaiwadawa to get back into the game. Yeah,
but the problem there, they should ban Tristana. My opinion as well.
Yeah.
The problem there is Tristana is really strong. It would be a reasonable ban, but it's Forslund's 5th most played champion. So there's 4 other champions where he's more comfortable than Tristana. So the question is just, is it really worth it, or is it better to change your own mid lane champion to survive the Tristana instead?
I mean, those are some big questions. And
you need to think.
Like I said earlier, I think that if B2INT UU actually gets a really good first game, a convincing first game, I think they're going to be a little bit more spicy. They're going to cook, and potentially they will burn their food because they're going to go a little bit too hard, I think.
Yeah, and we're not going to say what champions, but we know there's champions out there with the players that could be picked now since the first game. I mean, so quick. But we should not say it yet. Don't say what champions.
Look at them. Look how they're laughing. You already know they're going to cook something weird. They're going to do something we haven't seen before in the Nexus Collegiate. I mean, they cannot keep it in. When your coach...
Maybe Bard.
It never happens that your coach is smiling like that. Why are they that happy? I mean, something strange is going on.
That's pretty bad. Nord doesn't have his sunglasses on, though. The rest of the team put them on again.
Yeah, that's bad. Nord, put on your sunglasses, bro.
All right. And so the picks and bans that we're probably looking for here again is the Tristana, the Affiliates, and Ezreal for the AD carries, because both of these players are playing it. On the top side, we're going to have that Renekton pick. Guvis got Renekton.
Yeah.
We from Sweden seen him play Renekton a lot. Should have been a ban, in my opinion, in first game. But once again, the champion pool on these players are just massive.
Yeah. And with that said, everyone, we're moving into game 2. Picks and bans. B2INT UU this time will be blue side, and NTNUY will be red side. And starting off with the exact same bans. Sweden banning out Ivern and Sigs, and Norway banning out Talia.
Yeah, Ivern target ban as well. Sigs, we know that's for the mid laner. This most played champion. Talia, just overall, it's being played by 4 players in this game. S-tier champion in the jungle as well. It's in the mid lane. Just got a little nerf for the jungle part though. But that didn't really help. She's super strong, just like Skarner is. And that's when we casted here in Sweden, the RPS for NLC. Skarner is a picker ban for the past 3-4 months. Every single game, and if we don't see him pick or ban, it's usually like, oh, we need to do the draft again because we banned the wrong champion.
Well, Tristana will be banned this time around, letting go of Twisted Fate. That was the 3rd ban last time for Norway. And first pick, of course, coming out here, Varus in bot lane for Static. That's one of his comfort champions as well.
Yeah, and Lucian getting locked in here. We'd assume it's going to be on the mid lane. If we look at champions that we have there, Lucian is top played, and for the AD carry, haven't really seen too much of him. So, but now we have the Nami pick as well. Now I'm...
No way. No way.
This is what made Nord famous
oh
in
my God.
Sweden, was that Nunu.
I'm telling you, they're going
to you
No, 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 no. Hey, Null. Come on, bro. We talked about this.
Yes,
We're
gonna see the Shaco getting picked here.
Why?
Probably the first game where I cast a Shaco
man.
in years.
Why do we keep doing this? You're representing Sweden, bro. I mean, he is a Paya, so he could be a clown.
But the Bard pick, though?
But why Shaco, though?
Because he's strong.
Yeah, but like, yeah.
Yeah.
But competitive play?
It's fine. And the Thresh gonna get there. Picked up there from Predicted to You, and now we have NTNU with their last pick from the first picking phase. What lane are we looking for here right now? Because both teams picked their bot lane, should go for a jungler, but I think might be better to save jungle, get the priority pick in mid lane. Lee Sin is a good counter though.
Yeah, and that means they will play a lot of early game in NTNU. Lucian, Nami bot lane really strong early. Lee Sin as well strong early. I think they're just trying to find the game early and not let B2INT back into the game. This is of course a challenge considering the level of players in B2INT, but if they can execute, this will be really impressive.
It for sure is, and I think here from NTNU is the game plan they had for the game one didn't really work out, where they tried to play for the late game. What's the other option? Well, we're going to play for that early game. Maybe play a little bit of crazy. Maybe we'll see them do the invades, the roaming, the lane swaps, anything just to put Predictive off balance. But then as well, we could, if we look over to the left side, we have Shaco picked already, Varus with the Thresh down on the bot side. So much CC, the damage going to come out. So I think we're going to see a quick game no matter who wins, because these champions so far is all fight.
Yeah. Twisted Fate getting banned out in the second ban phase, not letting Folsloon play that champion as least. But I think they're going to be spicy in mid lane as well, and also in top lane.
Yeah, and we're looking at Stropper right now, coach for Predicted to Int. The one who cooked together the Shaco pick. The question is, did he did he have an opinion to have, or was it just not gonna play Shaco?
It was like, yeah, guys, I'm playing Shaco, and they're like, what? Yeah, no, I'm playing Shaco for real. Okay, cool. Yeah, you do that, bro.
It was like Caps playing Vayne in mid lane. Just trust me, guys, it's fine. Look in.
I mean, it's not the first time in this tournament that he plays this champion. He actually picked Shaco when they were in a best of one to make it to playoffs, and I thought that was a gamble, but doing it once again now, I mean, they know something we don't. What is going on?
Right, yeah, what's going
on?
Bro. Oh, it's gonna be Varus on top side for Goobes just to be a lane bully. We're gonna have Static on one of his, well, his most played AD carry together with Thresh.
Oh my god.
And in the mid lane, we're gonna get that LeBlanc for Forslund. So right now, it's just early game. Teemo pick though. Big respect. If
oh my god, please go Teemo top. this is the game we all need. Please do it. Heimerdinger, that would also be kind of funny. K'Sante.
I would say anything ranged, basically.
Oh, come on.
Right now
give me that Teemo. Okay. Yeah, K'Sante top lane, one of those really chunky top laners, but a lot of mobility, and also one of those champions we talked about like just a month ago. Everyone was like, how is this champion even legal? He's immortal and he can kill anyone instantly.
I think he had like, since his release day, around 20 patches where he got nerfed. And this is still viable on the highest level. But yeah, I think the pick with K'Sante topside, I get it. They need someone in the front line for them who still has the damage and mobility to move with at least in our illusion. Like, so much mobility in their team. But Varus, it's a counter tank. Especially in the 1v1 where it's just 3 basic spell, 3 basic spells.
Oh my god. He can go full tank Varus.
He could go full
He could
tank.
go grasp full tank Varus top lane. That's not even impossible.
No?
I mean, it's Gubes. I mean, anything can happen.
For sure it is.
But like...
and I mean, if you're already picking Varus top, why not, you know, cook it a little bit more?
Yeah. Well, they cooked. I was hoping for a team of top lane for the Norwegians, but we're going to settle for K'Sante. I got to say I'm pretty satisfied with this picks and bans. I'm pretty entertained by this. It's going to be an honor to catch this. But Norway needs to win this game. We're in a best of 3, 1-0 right now for Sweden. B2 B2INT just needs to win this one, and they will secure their spot in the finals, which means that NTNU will be done for the tournament this season. If they win, though, they will force out a Game 3, and we will have yet another picks and bans who will entertain us just as much, I can imagine.
Yeah, but we'll just have to wait and see. We should be in game any minute now, and just from the last game. Predicted you, will they invade again?
I mean,
or will they double invade?
Bro, I don't want to say anything. I just want to enjoy this. I have no idea what they're going to do. I mean, I don't even think they know what they're going to do. As soon as they hit the rift, they're going to be like, okay, guys, I have an idea. They're like, okay, let's do that.
But I think here from NTNU, they should be the team invading. You know, because go as all 5 players, move in, at least stand a chance in level 1 to fight. That's not like the first game where it was 1 versus 4.
Well, we're gonna find out now as we're moving on to the Summoner's Rift once again. That's the Faker skin, right? That's the first time I see the Faker skin.
And that's why we all ban Arvi in solo queue.
Yeah, 5,000 crowns to get that skin, everyone.
No, it's not 5,000.
It's not?
It's the exclusive.
Isn't this the exclusive, though?
I don't know. I haven't even bat an eye at it. I can't afford it. All right, but no invade coming out here. The junglers are just going to do the solo leech for themselves. Top lane should be a bit more fighting than last game. Yeah, we see the Poe coming out already. And I think that's how it's going to be for a while. At least for the level 6, we're going to wait for this gank from Michelson. But bot side, we might see GoSim and Tohoku going full fighting.
Yeah, and it's not going to be a grass top lane Guvis. It's going to be a press to attack. So actually going as a real AD carry, not spicing things too much. Dinova will probably... He wants to get that level 2 power spike hook, but a lot of respect coming out here from NTU now.
Just funny to talk about our skin. The ban rate since they released it went from 8% to 35% in all regions except Korea. Because, you know, in Korea they play a bit, they don't really care about skins, but it still moved from 3% to 7%.
Good hook coming out from Dinova, and an early cleanse actually from GoSim.
Damage coming out from both here, but did you notice that first game was rough for them here because they're not playing as aggressive as maybe should I say, as GoSim goes in for the trade.
And here we can actually see a lot of damage coming out from GoSim. Static trying to do that a little bit of a 1v1 situation, but Illusion early game will always be better than Aphelios early game.
Yeah, mid is rough though until level 6 here for Kadeo. LeBlanc has a jump already. We need to wait until level 6 for the jump, and the trade is coming out really well for them on bot side.
Right now, putting themselves in
the junglers are going to collide on bot.
Yeah, let's see if they go for a fight here.
Both pings each other, so they know they are. That's a lot of damage.
Null now moving into the enemy side jungle, but help from Tohoku will make him just back off and accept that he cannot punish every... Never... Is he going to stealth in and steal this with Smite?
Well, he's going to try it.
What is he doing? Is he cooking, guys? No. He cannot.
He's trying to be annoying and forcing him to feel like Michelson in this situation, like he needs to do a reset, needs to leave that scuttle over to Nord. Nord could go to double skull this game. But at least the invade didn't happen this game. It's still even, and I see a big potential for many fights.
Yeah, both junglers have cleared in their own way. We see a little gold lead coming out already after 4 minutes. Right now 300 gold. If we take a look at where that gold is placed, it's right now in mid lane. Foslund having a little bit more like 100 gold ahead. Top lane 178 right now. So a little bit of a difference, not that big. No kills on the map yet. Neutral spawning in just a couple of seconds here.
Might see a gang coming out here. Guvis in a bad situation.
They need to get that knockback, otherwise Guvis will use his flash. Ghost popped immediately, and now it looks like Nord can move in from the side, walking on a control ward though, so they know he's here. Ladder going down really, really low. Nord does not want to give up on this situation. Really enjoying himself in top lane. And first blood in mid lane.
You missed that?
Yeah, I missed that. I didn't even see we split the screen.
Dinova coming in for the gank and securing that first blood in mid lane. It's a little bit as we saw in the last game, Forslund getting that head start with the kill, but now Dinova in a very bad position.
Let's see if Static can even get over there.
Static is fine. He's like, you'll be all right. I don't need to help you.
Let me get this farm. I'll be right back. Okay, hold on. Yeah, he's fine.
The dragon have spawned once again. And last game we see 3-0 and dragons over 2 predicts you int. So wasn't really the focus. It just felt like they picked it up because they had to. Maybe this game we're gonna see a little bit more fighting for the neutral objective since the lead haven't. It's not that big. I mean, yeah, sure, it's 1,000 gold, but it's split amongst 5 players right now. The biggest gold lead on top.
Oh, flash coming up from Govis looking for a solo bolo. That's one of the most aggressive Varus plays I've seen in my life.
And that's how you play top lane with Varus. You're just gonna poke him down, hit that ultimate, and finish the kill.
Uh-oh. The Nova with the hook, that's hitting. Everything is looking good for the Swedes. But enough summoners and a lot of movement will get them out.
The gang.
Shadow Ottawa trying to look for this charm. Will hit it onto Static. He has barrier, does a lot of damage as well. Has to use both summoners. McKelson also in bot lane right now.
Committing with 4 players on bot side, and we see the pings coming out right now. Forslund on his way, gonna get spotted there by the ward though. Could he get some kill with it because there's not too much money, he's gonna commit to it, but here's the rest of the team.
Still on a ward. But McKelson does not. Yeah, he does. Hitting that Sonic Wave. But Forslund just being really annoying right now in River. But
and there we have Nord just running around doing what he wants, I guess, as a Shaco player right now. But you see so much more movement from both of junglers. McKelson isn't behind this game as he was in the last one. So trying to get more to the side lanes, trying to get the skills for them. Anything that could give them advantage is something they need to strive after.
Yeah, Nord just running around, bot side River.
They're gonna fight this. They all see each other. They're committing to it.
This is the most awkward situation I have ever seen. What are they doing?
I mean, usually we see the junglers as soon as they know they had vision on them, like, nah, we're not gonna fight this. But here they both hover like, yeah, I'm down to fight, are you?
Yeah. But apparently it looks like the standoff will be won by Sweden as Nord will go for the first neutral objective, this time, of course, a dragon.
Yeah, dragon going down there, and the question is, do we see a counterplay over at Grubs? But that's a lot of damage coming out.
Yeah. No skin, no win. Faker coming up clutch in mid lane.
It might be the new Faker skin for LeBlanc as well.
Wait, LeBlanc also has a Faker skin?
Yeah.
What? I didn't know that.
I'll show you later.
Yeah, show me later.
But the Grubs are up, the dragon is down. And we usually see one team takes dragon, the other team takes Grubs. As soon as they spawn again, they just swap it up, so it's even once again.
Okay, Kadwadawa looking for potential solo bolo. There's 2-level advantage on Forslund. That's a lot of levels.
I said it in the champs, like, they should have picked someone range just to have the possibility to farm on top side, not feed. But picking a tank as K'Sante, sure, you have a lot of mobility, but there's a slow over at bars.
Oh, flash, ladder, looking to get Gubis over that wall. He needs to get him over the wall, but he's taking too much damage. Gubis is just securing the solo bolo. He's just having a good time right now.
For sure reason, they kind of let him do what he wanted, but now
needs to hide from the charm. Flash coming out from Kadwadawa. Cannot get that kill, so Gubis will look for that at least. Kadwadawa hiding in the bushes.
He's sticking to it.
Yeah, look, he's ghosting. He wants to keep fighting. McKelson needs to hit the Sonic Wave, potentially at least as slow as Nord now moving on from the side. All he needs is to hit a blade into McKelson, who's flashing away from an inevitable death. And it's B2INT once again.
Oh, the hook is there, though. Might commit to this. They should do it.
Oh,
bubble.
Yeah, bubble trouble for Static. Will stay alive once again. Had barrier up.
I feel bad for McKelson there on the top side. Using his flash, you think you're safe.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, there's a Shaco as well, hitting one knife and you're dead. So 4-0 in kills, favor for B2INT. The gold lead is around 4,000 gold. But I want to see more on the bot side. I want to see the ganks from McKelson coming down to Ghost in and to Huku, because they're playing really well this game.
I mean, this series should be called the Gubis Show. This guy is having such a good time right now. He's been 1v2'd so many times, and he's just showing up. He had a rough season in the Swedish Online League, and I can tell in off-season, he has worked a lot on himself.
And that's just what these players do, you know. Some people we just see the season when they play their games. but all the work is done during the off season. Compared to when we play normal sports, they were like, yeah, we're playing games now. The season is started. This is where we prove how much we learned during the off season. And right now, Guvis shows some potential that he actually trained a lot.
It's always fun to watch somebody's progress throughout the League of Legends scene. In this game right now, once again, it's BUU that's taken over the early game. Not as much as last game. That's important to add. I think Norway still has a good chance to get into this game and to show up and really get those team fights going. And also, I think McAllison is still in the game, just one level behind. There is a goal there, of course, Nord picking up that kill on McAllison in top lane. But otherwise, I think they're holding a much better tempo.
They for sure are, but they really need, because to fight around bot side, top is more or less over. It's almost 2,000 gold lead. Mid, 1,200. It's not over, but it's really rough for them. And then bot side, they actually have a gold lead on 100.
No, now once again, ladder going down really low. Guvis, though, does not have enough damage in that situation to actually kill him.
Ooh, might be able to do something here if we see a bad dive coming out from BUU. But they're not going to commit to it. And this is usually what we see. The roam coming out, jungle is there.
Ooh,
but teleport.
Yeah, let's see what they can do. Ladder coming to join the fight. 4 members now looking for Static and Dunova. Nord will try to deceive them. I love that they added which one is the clone, because I always get confused.
But now you know.
Yeah, Nord is trying to pretend to be the clone. There's a box. A lot of difficult situations coming out in bot lane as BUU is trying to do their best. The clone is killed. A lot of damage. Kadawada want to come from the side, looking for Static. Will not hit the Q on the way back. But it's a good fight for Norway as they're trying to get another one with them. Nord using the box to survive. Static! I mean, this Shaco is crazy.
Yeah, that was a really good team fight for them.
You can't
open shot.
No.
All right. One more kill.
No, that's the clone. That's the clone. Yeah.
Too much going on right now. But the team fight started off so well. I just felt they stacked a bit too much. We see here on the right side from red team. They all stacked together, and once that damage hit, it's all half HP on all of them. Kadeo a little bit late to the party, almost gets the kills on Static, but...
Oh, the fear from Nord now. Look at that box. That's nasty. That's nasty.
It for sure is, and it feels just... It's such small details that makes B2INT take the fights, because one mistake for them instead they're gonna lose it.
Yeah. Moving further into the game, we have that lead that they were looking for. Oh my god! What was that damage?
No, the double CC coming out there. The procs from everything else. Guvis, though, taking this 1v2. Is this the right choice for him to do? It looks like it, but taking tower, that's not something you should do.
I mean, I'm really impressed by their performance today. But GoSim and Tuco still playing one of the strongest bot lanes in the game. Illusion is never to be underestimated, especially when he's walking around together with Anami. Looks like a potential tower dive. It feels like Nova wants to go for this.
For sure, if they would hit that hook, they would go for it. But that's a lot of damage.
Oh my god, Guves! I mean, if Tuco didn't heal there, I think actually GoSim was dead.
For sure was, and there the second dragon is going to come out as well for B2INT, or as you see on the screen, BUU. So 2-0 in Dragons. The Grubs are also in favor for them, and now we could see that the Herald has spawned. No, the Grubs are not in their favor. It's 2-0, but now the Herald is up. T1 towers have been taken on the bot side, top side here for
Boslund. Once again, a lot of damage. Root and nope.
The shield.
Yeah, there we go.
Kesante.
Kesante, everyone.
That's just how it works here, but as mentioned, the T1 towers are gonna go down here. Top side and mid is already gone. Bot is probably gonna be a prior here for them. And with that, they're just gonna take control over the jungle. If they take control of the jungle from the enemy, they're gonna take all the neutral objective as well. So I think from here, this is where the snowballing starts. They already had that goal.
Oh, Tohoko in a really bad situation. Null together with Static. Together with the Nova. That's a dead fish. McAllison looking for damage on the Nova, but that's the wrong member to go for, as Nord wants to get the kill, and GoSim cannot do that either. But they're gonna take over topside jungle. This red buff will go to Sweden.
For sure will. And as we mentioned, look at them, just what kind of control they have in the jungle of the enemy. Not too many wards, but they're in there, they're taking everything. Once again, just starving out NTNU. And it's a rough position for them. It's once again their top and mid, that's a big difference.
They know that Guvis is alone. Early flash coming out, Sonic Wave hitting, but not enough CC. And then once again, it looks like Guvis is the one who wants to go back in and will pick up yet another kill in a 1 versus 2. Mikkelsen is actually staying. We might get more action as Forslund picks up a kill in top lane. These guys are raining havoc on Summoner's Rift today. I guess they woke up on the right side.
Yeah, and this is just possible. They're one full, complete item ahead of their opponent, around 3,500 gold for top and mid. They're just so strong right now.
Oh my god, Guvis. Leave him alone! What are you doing?
Yeah, no, from now on, I don't know. It's 13,000 gold lead. The push is there. And it feels like BU is just playing really well. They might have picked troll champions that you want to say.
Okay, Guves, let's see if you can do it again. Dunova is on his way bot lane. That's a lot of damage coming up from Cassandra, but it doesn't really matter because this man is just a legend today. He really doesn't care about anything. He was really good in game 1. I would say he's even better in game 2.
Yeah, he's so strong right now. And there ain't really anyone that could do anything against him. It's 15-1, so they haven't got too much gold from the kills. The minions, the farming have been rough for them.
Coming up in Dunova, Static joining that together with Forslund. Yet another kill coming up for this LeBlanc as Mikkelsen makes a bold decision going in a bit deep here. Forslund wants to secure this kill under the turret. Will he be able to do so? Chains will hit. Clone going in deep under turret, and Forslund picking up yet another kill for the Swedes. Amazing.
Yeah, as mentioned, he's so strong right now that it doesn't
Oh
really
my
matter
god,
what
another
happens.
hook. I can't. It's they're really impressive. Using Herald now as well, trying to close this out before 20 minutes. I don't know if they can close it out already, but I mean, nothing's impossible when you're controlling the game the way they are.
Well, not yet. I mean, they need to do this reset to get that. They have so much gold on them. Because we look at them, all right, 3,400 gold on top side, only 2 items. I think he just made a reset though, but now Guves in a 1v3
Here we go again,
position.
Sonic Wave hitting from Mikkelsen, trying to get in on Guves, who actually uses his ultimate. Doesn't have the ultimate available, has Nord with him on the side though. CC will not hit from Tohako, and they're doing their best now to get into this fight, looking for something. A lot of shutdowns. Karawawa has found the flank, but maybe the flank was the wrong decision. I mean, it's really difficult for them to get in. Also, now looking for Tohako.
He's busted right now. 25 stacks on that mage, just 3 items. 10-0-0.
Oh, letter. Yeah, Forslund once again, together with the Nova and Static, will do a lot of damage. This is a Cassante, though, will survive a little bit longer. But, I mean, right now, I don't even know, like, what do you think they can do to get back into the game?
At this point, they ain't anything. There's 18,000 gold lead. We're 18 minutes, and they pushed into their base. It's more of how long can they survive.
Here we go again. A lot of damage coming out. Mikkelsen now. Next target for BUU will fall to Static after using his ultimate. And it looks like mid lane is the lane they want to push through. Will do so as well. Going for that inhibitor now. And they will need to wait for another wave. Or they just switch down to bot lane, getting another inhibitor. Death timer. Mikkelsen coming back in 14 seconds. That's the last time they will be a full 5. As Forslund goes in for Karawawa. Will not pick up the kill though. And now a lot of damage coming out onto Huko, who's hiding under the turret. Looking for ladder. Hook will secure that kill. Denova gets a kill as well this game. Of course, he will be happy with that. Well deserving. Has been really good throughout this series as well. I mean, we're just waiting for them to finish. Another amazing hook from Denova. The clone going in deep will not execute. I mean, Sweden is looking really good. It's amazing to think this team did not make playoffs in Season 1 of Nexus Collegiate.
But this is a mix of teams.
Yeah, but it was in the first season as well. This is the same team that competed in the first season.
But there was, I think just the level of the players in the last season was a little bit higher, but we see the damage is there. All the CC is hitting, but the targets are just dying before they can do anything around it. And what do we have left? We have Nexus, 2 Nexus towers, top inhibitor and top inhibitor tower left here for NTNU. Baron's gonna be taken, predicted to you. Int, we're gonna look for it, and we're gonna get it as well right now. They should just go for the finish.
I mean, you gotta give it to Norway. They're really holding their own now. They're not letting them finish the game. These super minions will of course help them get back into the game, but if we look at the goal lead right now, I mean, it's almost doubled.
They would need farm these super minions for inhibitor spawns, take them again, farm those super minions, then maybe the goal lead is down a bit. But as mentioned, right now we could see BUU is just looking for the finish. They just want to take everything with them. We could see in the last team fight they didn't want to take the risk of giving too much gold to NTNU, because if they would die at a total gold of almost 3,000.
Oh, Letter trying to go in deep here to do some damage. Instead, of course, 2 kills coming up for the Swedes. Now Nexus turrets are the next target, and everyone, we will have our first finalist. It's Spearheaded in Uppsala University from Sweden, who will take the first spot in the finals.
And they just played it so well, the first game and now in the second game. The early game, it wasn't too, they didn't show this like, oh, we're taking over the game early, but 5-10 minutes into the game when their macro started to play a role in it, that's where you could see them shine. They really started controlling the jungle. They just starved them out on so much.
I mean, it feels like it hit a little bit of a sensitive spot. They didn't make playoffs last year. Now they feel like they really need to convince us that they should be the champions of Season 2's Nexus Collegiate. And so far, I'm really convinced. They look really good.
But they're going to face KFF or Paragon, who we know are really strong teams.
Yeah. That will also be a really interesting showcase. Both those teams did compete in the NLC RPS, where we saw both teams leaving groups, but just one team made it to finals and also qualifying up to the NLC Division 2. So really impressive performance from the Swedes. Norway, of course, showing up as well. They couldn't find the momentum they needed in the games. If they got into the game a bit more, I think we would have seen a better showcase of what they actually were able to perform. Yeah. But right now, it just felt like BUU were just more ready. They were here. They were ready to win, and they just took over the map in the early stages of the game.
Yeah, I think they should have played more around their bot side, because that was the lane that was always even. Sure, they got behind 500 gold, but that's not too bad. If you look on the top lane and mid lane, it was behind almost 2,000. But I think that started a little bit of panic for them. Their jungler was like, all right, top and mid is losing hard. I need to do something to not let them start to snowball. And then all of a sudden, you don't think about your bot lane that actually got a shot to be the big carry for you.
Well, it was a best of 3, 2-0 for BUU. Moving on to the finals, we say thank you to NTNUY for their performance here today. We'll be eliminated, but we'll still go home with some money. And we're so grateful to see you here, representing their country, Norway, and also the University of Trondheim.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You remember everything.
Some
part of it.
But we're going to go to a short break now. When we get back, everyone, it's time for semifinals 2. We have KTHFF versus Paragon. You will not want to miss that. Be right back.